Hey guys, good morning. Guys, if you can see my screen and if you're able to hear my voice, just type yes or GM, good morning or something in the chat box. Great. Okay, looks good. So let's get started, guys, with today's session. So mostly we'll start with core Java, and before that, there was few topics left out, right, in the last session. I'll be covering that first, and after that, we'll go to the core Java part. Fine. So give me some time. The topic was previous day's topic was locators. So let me finish the topic first, and then we'll move on to the next prerequisite, which is going to be Java. Yeah, I covered everything. So look, what are locators? What are the different type of locators? This is already covered as part of other previous sessions. I have demonstrated each and every type of locator, and then locators priority explained. And I mentioned that ID is a first priority. If a particular element cannot be located with the help of ID locator, we are going for the name locator. If not possible with ID and name, then we are going for class name locator. If not possible with ID, name, and class name, then we are going to use link text locator for locating the elements. If not possible to locate with ID, name, class name, link text, we have to either go with XPath or CSS. Out of these two, which I prefer? Which I said I prefer out of XPath and CSS. Type in the chat box your answer, guys. If not possible from ID to link text, so left out things are XPath and CSS. So out of these two, what I prefer? Yes, XPath expressions. I told you last time, right? I prefer XPath expressions. Whatever you are typing the chat is 100% right. Why do I prefer XPath expressions over CSS selectors? Let me answer that, or let me explain that in a more better way. Okay. So this side, I'll be writing the XPath expressions. XPath expressions. And this side, I'll be writing the CSS selectors. Okay. CSS selectors. XPath expressions, this side, and CSS selectors, this side. Fine. So I am saying I prefer XPath expressions over CSS selectors. But let's find out the difference between these XPath expressions and CSS selectors first. Coming to the XPath expressions and CSS selectors, out of these two, which one is faster? CSS selectors are faster. Okay. Out of these two, which one are faster? CSS selectors are faster. But, that doesn't mean that XPath expressions are slow. They are not slow. XPath expressions are not slow. CSS selectors are faster. When compared with XPath expressions, CSS selectors are faster. Both are faster basically. Okay. XPath expressions can locate elements in a faster way. CSS selectors can also locate elements in a faster way. But when you compare XPath with CSS, CSS selectors are a bit faster than XPath expressions. Okay. CSS selectors are a bit faster than XPath expressions, and that doesn't mean that XPath expressions are slow. Okay. That's the first one. The next one is CSS selectors are supported by all browser engines. Okay. Whether you take Chrome browser, or whether you take Firefox browser, or whether you take, IE browser, Edge browser, Opera browser, Safari browser, etc. All browsers will support CSS selectors. If you are creating an automation script wherein for locating different elements, if you have used CSS selectors, the script failing because of locators will be zero, guys, almost zero. Okay, the script will pass anyhow because all browser engines are supporting the CSS selectors, and the script is going to pass in when you run the automation scripts on any browser. The CSS selectors are the perfect ones because script will not fail. But coming to the XPath expressions, all browsers except IE browser. Okay, all browsers except IE browser, okay, support XPath expressions. So if you have written your automation scripts wherein to locate the elements, if you have used XPath expressions, the scripts are going to run are supported by all browser engines, but except IE browser engine. In some cases, in IE browser, the XPath expressions may tend to fail. Okay, I'm not saying all XPath expressions will fail in IE browser. IE browser engine doesn't support these XPath expressions much, because of which few of these XPath expressions randomly or very rarely will get failed in the IE browser when you run the scripts on it. Because IE browser engine is not completely supporting the XPath expressions. That's the problem. So when I compare something like this, what is your preference, guys? What is your preference? Will you go with CSS selectors or XPath expressions with this comparison? Whatever the comparison you have seen, you have to prefer CSS or XPath. Yes, CSS should be the priority one, right? Right? Whatever you are said is correct. As per this explanation, CSS should be our proper thing to go with, right? This is very 100% correct that CSS selectors are better than XPath expressions. Because CSS selectors are a bit faster than XPath expressions. At same time, CSS selectors are supported by all the browser engines, including the IE browser also. But coming to the XPath expressions are a bit slower than CS selectors, but that doesn't mean that XPath expressions are completely slow. They're faster, but when compared, they're a bit slower than CS selectors. And on the top of that, XPath expressions are supported by all browser engines except the IE browser. It feels like CS selectors should be chosen, but I don't prefer. Yes, Shivakumar, I am coming to that. Okay, but if you ask me, out of these XPath expressions and CS selectors, I prefer XPath only, even though CSS selectors have a, kind of good thing over XPath expressions. But why I go with XPath expressions is I'm going to tell you right now. Okay. First thing is, here the main drawback in XPath expressions was IE browser, right? IE browser was a main drawback. But thing is, IE browser is already deprecated. IE browser is already deprecated, guys. That means Microsoft company has already announced that its future browser is not IE browser. Rather, it's recommending everyone to migrate from IE browser to which browser? Edge browser. So no one in the coming days is going to use IE browser because Microsoft company has officially deprecated IE browser and is asking everyone to move from IE browser to Edge browser. No more updates for the IE browser. Okay. So they're only working on futuristic browser, that is Edge browser, which is currently in use anyhow. So IE browser is already out of game. So there is no need to go with IE browser anymore. So is there any difference between XPath expressions and CS selectors in terms of supported by all browser engines when IE browser is not there in the list? Now do you see any difference? Yes or no? No difference. Yes, XPath will work properly in Edge browser. Okay. So Nagaveni, XPath will work properly in Edge browser. Okay. Fine. Yes. Fine. So one minute. So there is no difference. Both are same now. So there is nothing to, to decide that how to use CSS or XPath, because since IE is not there in this race, all the browsers are supported by XPath expressions. All browsers are supporting XPath expressions. All browsers are supporting CSS because IE is out of race. So both are same. And coming to the other point, XPath expressions are faster. CS selectors are also faster, but when compared a bit, it doesn't make much difference, guys. Okay, even though you use 1,000 CS selectors, you cannot observe the difference. That small, minute difference in the speed, you cannot observe when you compare CSS over XPath. So almost same. This is also same. This doesn't act as a factor for me to select CSS over XPath because both are faster. CS selectors are a bit faster, but ultimately you cannot find any difference in your day-to-day automation scripts because of using XPath. Your scripts are slower. Such kind of difference you will not feel because almost same faster, guys, but CSS are a bit faster. This may not be the point for me to consider why I have to choose CSS or XPath because a minute difference in the speed doesn't matter, right? Now, now again the confusion came why I prefer XPath. Even though they are same, I can still choose CSS, right? But why I want to go with XPath? Let me tell you the reasons. Okay. XPath expressions are powerful than any other locators. Okay. Out of all the locator types, which one are powerful? Which locator is powerful out of all the locator types? Type in the chat box your answer. XPath is the most powerful locator. Okay. XPath is the most powerful locator we have. So why I'm saying XPath is more powerful? Because any element can be located by XPath expressions. Okay, with the help of XPath expressions, any element can be located. Okay, there may be some situations where CSS selectors may not be able to locate some elements, but XPath expressions can locate all the elements. There may be some situations where a particular element doesn't have ID attribute, so ID locator may not be possible. The particular element may not have name attribute, so name locator may not be possible for locating that element. Or there may be some situations where a class attribute may not be there in the element, so class locator may not be possible. There may be to locate. Guys, can you hear me? Guys, can you hear me? Somehow I got disconnected. There's a small fluctuation in my internet. Okay, fine. I'll continue. Thank you for confirming. I'm going to continue. Yeah, fine. So there may be some situations where ID may not be there, name may not be there, class name, that particular element may not be a hyperlink, so link text may not be possible. So the final options for us are CSS or XPath, right? And there may be some situations where CSS may not be located such kind of element. Then what is the final savior? Who is the final savior that can locate almost all elements on the web pages? Type in the chat box. Yes, XPath is going to be your final savior, which is kind of powerful. Why I say powerful? Because it is a final savior. If none of the locators are able to locate the element, then XPath is a final savior, guys. It can locate. Since it is powerful, it can locate. What makes XPath expression so powerful that other locators cannot locate such kind of elements? Is a question, right? Right? We are simply saying that XPath expressions are powerful when compared with all the locator types. But why XPath expressions are powerful? What is the reason behind that? Why CS selectors are not that much powerful than XPath expressions? Why XPath expressions are so powerful when compared to CS or any other locator types? The reason behind that is in XPath expressions, we have something known as XPath. There's a concept known as XPath access. I think this is the one. Yeah, access. Okay, XPath access. There is a topic in XPath expressions. Okay, when you are learning XPath expressions in depth, okay, there's a topic known as XPath access. I gave you an assignment, right, to learn about. I think I did that. Let me check. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, you have to go through this, guys. Otherwise, you'll not understand why XPath expressions are powerful than CS selectors. In XPath expressions, we have a item known as or concept known as XPath access, because of which XPath expressions are powerful than CS selectors. Okay, so minute speed difference doesn't matter for me, and all the browsers, almost all browsers are supported by supporting XPath and CSS, and except IE, but IE was now deprecated, so no, there is no difference between XPath. Earlier, if you ask me to locate elements which you prefer, means I used to say CS selectors. Till the time IE was supported by Microsoft company, I used to say let's use CSS over XPath. But now the things got changed, guys. Okay, the things got changed now. If someone asks me which locator type you will use for locating the elements over XPath and CSS, which one you prefer, means I'll simply go with XPath expressions. Why? Because IE is no more supported. IE is already deprecated. There is no much speed difference is not much. Okay, all browser engines are supporting all the browsers that are supported by Selenium now. Okay, and IE is deprecated, so there is no difference. And on the top of that, which one is powerful? XPath is powerful. So why I have to go for CSS? Not required, right? It's not good. It's not required to go for CSS. Okay, it's not required for us to go for CS selectors for locating the elements. Rather, XPath expressions, because of a concept known as XPath access, has become powerful. Okay, that's why we prefer XPath expressions over CS selectors. Okay. Now, guys, after all this explanation, which locator type is powerful and which locator you will choose over XPath or CSS? Which locator type? Yeah, PN is asking me a question. Are there any companies who still use CS or XPath? They may be using because they don't know this difference, okay? So they're simply blindly following the company process and all. Those people who don't know why they are using CS selectors over XPath will still continue to use. But it's our duty to explain that, in now there is no difference. We can go with XPath if you can explain that with these examples and all. They may change it, okay, PN? Yes, XPath. XPath is powerful. And yeah. XPath access, I cannot explain the XPath access. I gave you this assignment, right, for the last week, assignment 2 for this last week. You have to go through this video, Pawan, to understand what is XPath access and all those stuff. Okay. Is that clear? Pawan, is that clear?
So Arun,
Yes.
when we join middle of the project, so we have to follow whatever they are using, CSS or XPath.
So you better use XPath, and if they still force you, in the companies when they simply say that, okay, no, our company is using still CSS over XPath, okay. So they may
Okay.
not be having that much knowledge, okay. So they may be blindly following the seniors and all people, right? They don't worry too much about locators. Simply they keep using that. Maybe their framework or something, is designed in such a way that it better supports CSS over XPath, and all those situations will come. You have to analyze such kind of situations. And if possible, you can use XPath over CSS. But if the company people still say that let's go with CSS, you can go with CSS also. No problem in that.
Okay.
Okay, it's our decision, right? It doesn't matter whether you go with CS or XPath, but most of the companies use XPath still. Even from the long time when IE browser was also not supporting XPath, I have seen the companies using XPath like anything. Okay, because there is a powerful and still there is a drawback of XPath expressions in IE browser. At that time also, people were actually tending to use XPath over CSS. Now, anyhow, the things are cleared, right? Let's go with XPath. Okay.
Okay.
Most projects use XPath. Even I have seen some projects, right? They don't even give first priority to ID name like that. They will not give. Directly, they will go with XPath also. They simply
Okay.
uh, they will simply create all the XPath expressions, and they will not go with individual, ID name like that. They are not going to use. In some projects, it will happen where all the locators will be XPath expressions only. Okay. So that is also there. So whatever the company follows, that we have to follow. But to our knowledge purpose, we should know that this is a priority, and this is how we have to use. We should know. Okay. Knowledge wise,
Okay.
whatever the
But
project work on, according to you, just modify your strategy. Okay.
okay. But we should be good at both, right?
Yes, yes.
CSS.
No matter whether you are going to use CSS or not, but you should learn CSS also. Okay.
Okay.
Should be good at both. But mainly XPath expressions are important ones. Okay. Compared to
Mm.
CSS, because we use it often. So better you go with XPath. and later you learn CSS. Okay. So, okay, Pawan, I cannot cover it now, Pawan. Okay, because the timeline and all. So you can remind me once our sessions are done. Okay, at the end I can cover if you really want to. Okay, I cannot cover it right now because of the timelines. So I'm giving you this as an assignment because everything is there in the video and all. You can go through that. Okay. So because I have to focus more on important topics. Okay. So though there are many topics. So Pawan, I cannot cover right now. Okay. Maybe we can see that later when the time comes or something. Okay. Is that fine, Pawan? Okay. So I request everyone to go through this video, guys. Everything will be clear for you. Just practice. It will take some time, I understand. But I have already given as this assignment in the last week itself. If you are not done, mandatorily you complete this assignment, guys. Okay. Everything will be clear for you. Fine. So based on the timeline and all, I'll try to, cover this later, but I cannot assure you, or I will cover this at the end of the sessions. Fine. Anyhow, let's move on. So now you got an idea why I prefer XPath over CSS, but ultimately you have to follow your company process. That's the first priority basically. Okay. Even though you know that XPath is better one. Okay. So in some companies, instead of using all these locators, simply they will use XPath expressions because why to break my head for all this? Let's simply go with XPath. For every element, they will use XPath expression. That's also a good approach only in some case. Because in XPath also they will use ID. In XPath expression, they will use name attribute. Okay. Like that. Okay. So there's no problem in that. Now, selectors hub for auto-generating the XPath expressions and CSS selectors. Okay. So this CSS selectors and XPath expressions, if you are not good with, you have not done the assignment. For example, you have not done this assignment where you have not watched this video of 4 hours in order to learn XPath expressions and CSS selectors. Okay. Then what is the solution for now? For a while, when you are going through these classes of mine, and also in the coming days, even though you know how to write your own XPath and CS selectors, even though I'm saying, if you're able to manually create your own XPath expressions and CS selectors after going through the session, still you can use SelectorsHub. Why? Because it's an add-on or extension using which we can auto-generate these XPath expressions and CS selectors on our own. Okay? We can auto-generate the XPath expressions and CS selectors by ourselves. Okay? By ourselves. And also not only it will auto-generate the XPath expressions and CS selectors, but it will auto-generate it in a better way. So there was some situation where, if I go to this omaya.blogspot.com, I'll try to right click on this text area field, inspect. So fine, this is coming on this side. I think I need to change this profile. Okay, yeah, let it be there. In this browser, I'll take you to this omaya.blogspot.com. Okay. I'll right click here, select inspect option. When I select the inspect option, right click on this HTML code of this text area field and say copy XPath, paste it here. You see, this is XPath expression that is given by the, Google Chrome DevTools. Similarly, I'll inspect this button too. Right click, copy XPath. This is also coming properly. Drop down field, right click, copy XPath. Is also coming in a better way. Google Chrome DevTools is also working in a better way. But what if I go with something like this login button, inspect, right click, copy XPath. It's coming something like this. Can you see that? How it is coming? Very big one, right? It's coming very big. What if I use SelectorsHub? Okay, maybe you see, So let's see for this particular, for most of the elements, Google Chrome DevTools is working fine. It's creating a proper locator. But for this one, for this login button, it's giving me a very big XPath expression. I'll copy this. I'll just copy this and just paste it here. I'll paste this XPath expression, which is generated by whom? This XPath expression is generated by Google Chrome DevTools. This is generated by Google Chrome DevTools. This much big XPath expression has been created. Now, I'm going to showcase you this add-on or extension for the browser, that is SelectorsHub. By default, Chrome browser will not come with SelectorsHub extension. It is a third-party extension. Chrome will come with some default features, but SelectorsHub will not be there as a default feature in the Chrome browser. And whenever we need some extra functionalities, we can extend this browser functionality by adding some extensions on the browser known as whatever the browser extensions, that is SelectorsHub is one extension, and many other extensions are there in the market. And earlier we have seen one extension, the Selenium ID extension. If you remember, Selenium ID was one of such kind of extensions, right? Selenium ID was on such kind of extensions that we have used earlier. This is one of the extension, which doesn't come by browser by default. Similarly, we can also install one more extension known as SelectorsHub. How to install SelectorsHub? Just focus on the screen, guys. Okay. Let's install SelectorsHub browser extension. SelectorsHub.com. This is official website of SelectorsHub. Okay. This is official website of SelectorsHub. Even though you don't know how to create your own XPath expressions and CS selectors from scratch, you can use SelectorsHub. Okay. Extension to auto-generate them. Okay. But do we have to depend on this kind of tools or add-ons? Guys, do we have to depend on them? Yes, the answer is no. While whatever you are saying is right. Yes, Shaikh, whatever everyone is saying is correct. No, we should not depend on these extensions. Tomorrow this extension may go off. We don't know, right? The SelectorsHub extension may not be available in the market in the coming days. We don't know. So if I have to tell you the history, this was happened. Initially, when I used to work in the initial days of Selenium automation, there used to be some extensions known as Firebug and Firepath in my days. Okay, in my days, very long back. Okay, in the beginning days, I used to have Firebug and Firepath, which I can install in with one of the browser known as only Firefox browser. They used to be there, and with the help of them, we used to auto-generate the XPath expressions and CX selectors. Everyone was depending on them. After a while, what happened was the latest version of Firefox browser came, and there were some architecture changes in the Firefox browser. Because of this architecture changes in the latest Firefox browser, this Firebug and Firepath extents were no more supported by this Firefox browser. Okay. As the architecture of this internal architecture, development architecture of the Firefox browser, Firefox browser has changed. Firebug and Firepath, we were unable to install in the latest versions of Firefox browser. So the older version of Firefox browser, we used to downgrade and get these locators for a while. And later what happened? Even this has been gone off. Okay. The people who are behind this Firepath, right? The developers, they have stopped. They have removed this from the library. So ultimately, no one was able to use this Firepath for some days. There was no add-on or extension like Firepath for a lot of period of time to locate them, to create to auto-generate the XPath and CSS. There was no particular extension for a long period of time. So after a lot of days, okay, there came a extension known as CrowPath. There came another extension after a long time, CrowPath. It was helping us in auto-generating the XPath expressions and CS selectors. Things were going fine. And again, things happened where the CrowPath also got, CrowPath started was not working effectively. Okay. So the development of the CrowPath was not fully completed, and it is working some portions, some wrong results it was giving, and all those stuff. Slowly, CrowPath went out of picture. Okay. It was not effective as it used to be. and it was not working properly with latest browser versions and all. So gone. Then came another extension or add-on known as SelectorsHub, which is currently popular in the market and is working well. SelectorsHub, okay, is working well, guys. Now you can use SelectorsHub for auto-generating the XPath expressions and CS selectors, but do we have to depend on it? As you can see the history, things were keeping changing. Firebug, Firepath, no, gone. ProPath, gone. SelectorsHub, it's actively now available, but tomorrow we don't know. We should not blindly depend on these tools. But at this moment, when we have these extensions and add-ons, we can use them. Why? Because they are going to save your time. We have to use them, but we should not depend on them. Okay? Do we have to use them? Tell me, guys, do we have to use them? Is it okay to use SelectorsHub? Yes, we have to use them. For using, I'm not saying no. It will definitely save your time. Okay? It is going, you are going to use them just to save your time. But do we have to depend on them? No. The answer is no. Depending on means we have to say no. Right? We should not depend on them. We have to use them, but we should not depend on them. That's the thing. Tomorrow this add-on may not be there. Still, if you are good with creating XPath expressions and CS selectors by yourself, and if you're able to, if you have that skill set where you can create your own XPath expressions in CS selectors, on the top of that, if you can use SelectorsHub just to save the time, that's a very good thing. Okay. So two things you have to do. You should be able to create XPath expressions and CSS selectors by yourself in a manual way. Okay, you should be in a position that you have to learn from this video. Okay, you guys have to learn from this video, guys, how to do that. Okay, and next thing is, second thing is, we'll be also using SelectorsHub also. Okay, after this is step one, guys. Okay, first you learn how to create XPath expressions and CSS selectors by yourself. Once you have this knowledge, then go and use SelectorsHub just to save your time. Just to save your time, we are going to still use it. Okay, even though I know how to, for example, if you give me a number 125 plus, okay, 125 plus 125, I need to add. Then what I will do? I can do it manually, right? I can do this calculation manually. 5 plus 1 is equal to 10. Okay, 1 will go here. This 5 will come here. Okay, then 250. So this is the answer. I have did manually. I can also use calculator, right? I can use calculator here. Here I can open a calculator. And in the calculator, can simply say 125 plus 125 is equal to. I got the same answer. Why I'm using calculator? To save time. I can do it manually, but I can save time if I use calculator. But I should not depend on the calculator always. Okay. So we have to learn by ourselves. At same time, we are going to use the tools like calculator and of SelectorsHub here in this case to save our time. Simple. So now I'm showing you. Yes.
Arun, but will you show one example top to bottom in finding locators in XPath, CSS, and SelectorHub? You will show one example, or?
You see, while going through the during automation, right? Okay. While when we go to Selenium WebDriver writing scripts and all, right? I'll show you how I create. Okay. But you have to learn and come. Is that fine?
Okay.
I'll be creating from scratch. But you may not be able to understand how I am creating. To understand how I am creating, you have to go and watch this video and come back. Fine?
Okay.
You still have time for this. You can complete by this weekend at least. This is very important. Out of all the assignments I gave, this is very much important. Okay. So everyone focus on this assignment and complete it as soon as possible. Fine? Is that fine?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, fine. Great, Shaikh. That's the spirit. I want everyone to complete. Don't depend on everything for me. Okay. Don't depend on me for everything. Okay. So make sure that you also put your efforts. Okay. Effort should be bidirectional. I am putting efforts. You also should put efforts. I want everyone to go through that video and come back. Fine. Great. Now I'm going to show you how to use SelectorsHub. How to use SelectorsHub. Okay. So for that, we have to go to this official website of SelectorsHub, that is selectorshub.com. And then you click on this install button. There are many other tools available on this website. Apart from SelectorsHub, we have Test Case Studio, Testing Daily, Auto Test Data, Test Case Hub, SelectorsHub Pro, Test Studio Pro, SelectorsHub Ads. Many things are there. Okay. So I'll go with install. Okay. Just click on that, install. Okay. So some premium version is also there, but just come back here and simply click on Chrome, click on install, simply click on install. And now you say add to Chrome, click on add extension. It has taken you to the Google Chrome Web Store actually when I clicked on that button. From there, we are just installing it. In a while, it will get installed in our, okay, something happened where it didn't get installed, guys. Still we are getting, okay, SK Studio is coming. It's not required. Okay, there, it has been installed, guys. Remove from Chrome is there. Okay. And just go to this manage extensions and you can see that SelectorsHub is added here. Similar to Selenium ID, SelectorsHub also got installed. You click on pin. Now you can see the SelectorsHub here. Just close everything. Just restart your browser, guys. Simply restart your browser. Once you restart your browser, now go to the application. Earlier, okay, PN, you are asking me, is knowledge of JavaScript necessary to go through the XPath and CSS video? Not required. HTML and CSS is required, but not JavaScript. Okay. Basic knowledge of HTML, CSS is required PN, but not JavaScript. Is that clear? Okay. Fine. So earlier, here you see, with the help of Google Chrome DevTools, I created or auto-generated this XPath expression for this particular button. Now, since SelectorsHub is installed, right-click on this login and SelectorsHub option will come. Here, copy relative XPath. Don't go for absolute XPath. Copy relative XPath. Copy that. Come back here. Let's compare. Can you see any difference between the XPath expression that is auto-generated by Google Chrome DevTools and the XPath expression which is auto-generated by SelectorsHub? Which one looks better? Yes. Restart browser means completely close all the browsers and again open the browser. Okay. Pawan, you're asking me restart of browser means closing all the tabs. Am I correct? Yes, you are correct. Close everything and open. Yes. You can see that, right? Out of these two XPath expressions, which one looks better? Second one, which is generated by the SelectorsHub. SelectorsHub one is better. Yes, right. Yes, SelectorsHub one is better, as you can clearly see. So, no more I will use Google Chrome DevTools to auto-generate the XPath expressions. This example actually proves, right? So I simply go with SelectorsHub. I'm no more going to use Google Chrome DevTools for auto-generating the XPath expression. I'm going to use SelectorsHub add-on going ahead. Okay, fine. Now, can I also auto-generate CS selectors? Yes. Right-click on the login button. Click on SelectorsHub and simply say copy relative CSS selector and paste it here. This is CSS selector. You see, CS selector also is properly getting generated. CS selector also is properly getting generated, right? XPath expression is properly getting generated with SelectorsHub and CS selector is also getting properly generated with SelectorsHub. Okay, so we can auto generate anything, any element we can do that. What next? I told you all this stuff. Done. Yes. You can also install SelectorsHub in different browsers, guys. Okay. If you go to the SelectorsHub, let's go to SelectorsHub. And once you go to SelectorsHub website, when you click on install, it will ask you to just different browsers, Chrome or Firefox. If you want to install SelectorsHub add-on, if you want to generate locators from Firefox browser, you can install this in Firefox browser, this extension. Edge browser, Opera browser, Brave browser, Chromium, Tor. Many browsers are supported by SelectorsHub, okay? You can install it anywhere. Fine? Yeah. Okay, then. So a few more things about SelectorsHub, okay? You see, whatever you have seen is only some portion of SelectorsHub. If I right click here and simply select SelectorsHub, and here you are getting some options. You can even get ID, name, locator also if you required, okay? Possible locators. Not only this, you can do one more thing. That is right click somewhere on this page and select inspect option. Then you will get Google Chrome DevTools. Then you will get Google Chrome DevTools, okay? Under the elements tab, you got this HTML code, right? And the HTML code related to some section is coming. That's okay. And there may be some sub tabs under element tab on the right side here. You see, elements is a main tab. Under that, styles, computed, layout, event listener, and many more are there. And one of the thing is what? What is this thing? SelectorsHub. Select that. Select that, guys. Just expand this like this. And there's an option here. There's an option here for going to, if you want to see all the, you see, you have to scroll here, right? Basically, you have to scroll here. If you don't want to scroll much, you can select this option and just make it big. I think this is a maximum. Okay, this is a maximum. Or if I don't want to make it big, yeah, like this also you can scroll, okay, and check. Okay, fine. So CSS selector, XPath. This is relative XPath. This is relative CSS. And we can also get ID. So for example, this particular element, if I inspect this login button, these are the possible locators. You see, here in this case, ID is not there. If there is no ID locator for locating this login, it will not come in this case. SelectorsHub will not generate that. Along with auto-generating the relative CSS and relative XPath, this SelectorsHub is giving you all possibilities. You see, tag name and all those stuff are coming. For example, if I take this drop-down button, drop-down option, this drop-down field, right-click inspect this, you see multiple things will be possible. You see, ID is possible. I can simply click on this and get the ID locator. This is ID locator. And also for this drop-down field, you see this drop-down field, name locator is also there. I can copy this and use this name locator. Then what else is there? Class name locator is there. I can also use class name locator. I can copy this and use a class name locator for locating this drop-down field. Then this is not link text. This is a drop-down field. Link text won't be possible. Remaining portions are XPath and CSS. I can go with XPath expression. I can go with XPath expression. I can also go with CSS selector. I can also go with CSS selector also. Okay. This is a CSS selector. This is the XPath expression, which is auto-generated now. ID, name, class name. Link text won't be possible. All possible file locators for locating this, drop-down field has been auto-generated by this SelectorsHub tool. You can prefer whatever you want. Okay, you can go with ID or you can go with XPath, whatever you feel convenient, as I mentioned already, as per the priorities and the types we follow in the projects, right? So this is the thing, guys. This is the thing. Okay. So if you don't want to come here, you can simply right click here, SelectorsHub, copy ID, copy name, copy relative XPath, copy relative CSS. Don't go with absolute XPath or any other options. Okay. When you inspect here also, when you go with elements and SelectorsHub, here some absolute XPath is coming. You should not take that. Okay. We don't need most of the things. Okay. We don't need most of the things that are being shown here. Okay. So we have to go with the relative. Wherever you see REL, REL means relative. REL means relative, guys. Okay. Relative XPath, relative CSS only we have to take. You should not go with absolute things. Fine.
Arun, after event listener, the selector hub comes, right? So if we after it, that comes only after we install the selector hub, right? The locators, right click and you locate, right?
This one's
Yeah.
this one only after you install SelectorsHub.
Oh, yeah.
This is SelectorsHub functionality. If you don't install SelectorsHub extension, and when you right click and inspect or right click and whatever you do, you'll not get this option.
Okay.
You want to get this option, you want to get this extra SelectorsHub option in the Google Chrome DevTools part, you have to install SelectorsHub extension that I have shown you just now, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay, that's the thing. Here also they are giving. Earlier this was not the case, but looks like something got changed. When you directly click, here also you are getting. You don't have to go to the Google Chrome DevTools. They are giving this here also. Copy XPath, copy relative. Okay, it's coming here also. This is also good. You don't have to go to this, this here and do that. Just without going to the Google Chrome DevTools also, they have updated it seems. Okay, they have updated the SelectorsHub. Either right click SelectorsHub and go with these options, or you simply click on this extension. Here also you are getting. Okay, here also you are getting, or in Google Chrome DevTools also you are getting. Anything you can do. Anywhere you can go and if I inspect this thing, let's see whether it is changing. Right click inspect or something. I don't know how it will. Maybe here inspect page is there. Okay, this option is there. Click on this and select this. Now it's coming. Okay, it's coming here, right? This is the way. If you want to use this from extension functionality, you just click on the extension. This part will be coming, and just click on this inspect page option and select the required element. The locators for this particular element will be auto generated. Like you see, ID got generated, name got generated, class name got generated. Okay, then relative CSS got generated, relative XPath got generated. Many things are generated, right? Okay, fine. So many other things came, guys. Okay, a lot of functionalities are there in this. We'll try to use this add-on or extension in the upcoming days when during our Selenium WebDriver automation to create the locators for different elements and all. Then we'll be able to learn this selectors of on the go. For now, at a high level, is that clear for you? How to how to install SelectorsHub and how to use it for auto-generating this different type of locators, especially XPath expressions and CS selectors relative ones. Is that clear for you guys? Okay, what is the difference between SelectorsHub and SelectorsHub Pro? There's not much difference. In SelectorsHub Pro, ads won't be playing. In SelectorsHub, ads will be playing, to my knowledge. Okay, to my knowledge, in SelectorsHub, ads are getting played. In SelectorsHub Pro, ads are, if you don't want to get that ads, you can go for SelectorsHub Pro. Okay, great. All good. All good about this locators part, I feel. And we can go ahead. So I already have shared this, notes, right? Here itself I shared locator basics for Selenium. This is the notes I already shared. I'm not going to do it again. So we'll go with the next part. So session 2, session 3, what is there? Let's see. Another prerequisite we have to see, guys.
Arun, you shared the notes last week?
Yeah, this is the one. Locator basics for Selenium. December 26.
In WhatsApp? WhatsApp?
Telegram.
Oh, Telegram. Okay.
Telegram, everything I'm sharing. It's every day I'm sharing everything. Okay. 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 Then what next? Yes. So we have to go with Java, guys. The next prerequisite for us to go with. This is very important prerequisite and that I'm going to cover in depth. Okay. I'm going to focus more on this Java. So there may be many people in this batch who are not good with Java, right? Or, they don't have that much confidence in Java. But Java plays a crucial role in Selenium automation. So type in the chat. I would like to know how many people are here in this batch who are not good with Java. Just type me. Even though you know Java, if you're not good with, still you have to type me. I want to see how many people of you who have joined this batch are not good with Java. Great. A lot of people in this batch are, are not good with Java. Don't worry, guys. I'll make you zero to hero. Okay. For sure. In this, in this sessions and all, I'm going to teach Java in such a way that it will become very easy for you. Okay. Only thing is that every day after the sessions, you have to practice. I'm going to give you some assignments also. Okay. And one more update, guys. One more update for you. Maybe you have seen or not, I don't know. But we have started something like this on our YouTube channel. We have started something that will be useful in the coming days for you. Can you see this playlist? Guys, can you see this playlist? Okay. So what we are trying to do here is just to build your more confidence, right? We are actually, okay, there's another person also working with me. Even I am working. Okay. We both are working. We are picking different websites, different live applications. Okay. We are picking different live applications and automating different functionalities in that application for you. Okay. I'm automating some test cases and, so we are going to make this particular playlist big. So make sure that, I'll again refer again tell you this part. Okay. Once we go to Selenium WebDriver automation, right? As part of the assignments, I'll ask you guys to, go through this playlist. If you guys, any one of you guys are already good with Selenium and all, right, they can directly start here. Okay. Practice Selenium Java automation here. Many videos we are going to upload here in this playlist, guys. Okay. So get benefited from this. So you see, these are like, live recordings, automation of the live applications we have recorded, and we are showing you how to automate different stuff on different applications. Do you find this initiative good? What do you say, guys? What's your feedback? It's good, or what do you say? Yeah, great. So if you like them, we can do more, guys. Okay, in the coming days. Okay, if yeah, it's a real-time project included, right? We are working on real-time. Entire project we are going to automate. Okay, Shivakumar, the entire application, whatever I'm taking this application, that is a tutorials Ninja application. I'm going to automate this entire application. Every test case of this application, I'm going to automate. That is a complete thing. Okay. So slowly the framework also will build up, and slowly lot of automation scripts will come and all the stuff. Not only that, not only this website, will take different websites that are there in the market, like Orange HRM, letcode.in, and many websites will take. And in different website, different fields will be there. Okay. So we are trying to automate them. Okay. Great. So that will, you have to keep on learning something, right? This is something where you can spend your time. Okay. We'll put our efforts and, make this big, and you guys later can, practice them and, go to the next level. Fine. That's the initiative, guys. We have just now started. Okay. So we are going to make it big for sure. So hope to share this with your friends and circles, guys. Okay. If you find it useful, and if you feel that any of your friends or people, really need this, kindly share them. Share these things with them. Okay. Fine. Great. Great. Thank you, guys. Thank you for that. Okay. Fine. Anyhow, so without any delay, getting started with Java in Windows machine, we are going to start core Java. Okay. So this is the thing. I'll share the notes also. Let's say today's notes. These are core Java notes. Okay. Since already I shared Locator notes, I'm sharing the core Java notes now. Okay. The topic one kind of thing. Okay. I'll paste it here. Okay. Getting started with Java and Windows machine. So I am going to go very slow, guys. Don't worry. It's going to be very easy for you. The core Java will become very easy for you if you follow all my sessions in a sequential order. Okay, so make sure you do that. Getting started with Java in Windows machine is the first session of Java that I'm going to take. And don't worry, I'm going to cover the installations also, including installations I'm going to cover. No one will cover this, right? They'll simply say install and come. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to install this for you. Okay, I'm going to install Java and all the related software for you before you. Okay, so easy I will make it. So first of all, in Windows machine only we'll take. I'm not going to use any other machine like Mac or something. I'm not going to teach. If anyone is there in this batch who want to see how to install this stuff in Mac, just ping me in the chat box, guys. Otherwise, I'm not. There is a video I can share if you want to do so. Okay. Otherwise, it's okay. If anyone really want to know how to install this Java and all these things in Mac machine, then let me know in the chat box. I'll share you the video. Okay, fine then. No one is asking. That's fine. Then I'll go with Windows. Everyone is fine with Windows? Type S in the chat box if you're fine with Windows. Type S in the chat box, guys, if you're fine with Windows. Great. Okay, fine. Manjit Pal, you are with Mac. So for Mac, Manjit Pal, I cannot explain in the sessions, but I'll share you one video. Okay, you can go through that video and then get it done. But in this session, I'll explain with Mac. But in your in this session, I'll explain with Windows. But you have to do some work in Mac machine. I'll just give you one video. Using that, you have to do it by yourself. Let's just click on something wrong. That's okay. Go on. Okay, so Windows. Yeah, this is a video running Selenium for automation scripts on different browsers of Mac machine. Okay, yeah, this is getting started with Java in Mac machine. This is the video. Okay, pasted the YouTube here. I'll also do that in installing Java in Mac. Okay, I'm also pasting that in the Telegram group also. You can take it from there also if you want. Okay, for the Mac users, you can go there and use it. In Mac machine, Notepad++, just see whether that is there or not. I even don't know. Notepad++ in Mac. I don't think that is proper directly supported in Mac machine. No, it's not there. Mac, it's not supporting Notepad++. We have to go with some alternative softwares. Okay. Mac is not for Mac. Notepad++ is not there. We cannot go with that. Okay, fine. Yeah, fine, no problem. Let's get started with Java. So first of all, what is Java? Java is one of the programming language, guys. Okay, there are many programming languages available in the market. There are many programming languages available in the market. Java is one of them. Okay, programming languages. There are many programming languages available in the market. What are the different programming languages we have in the market? Type in the chat your answers. Whatever the programming languages just type in the chat. Yes, Python is one. Python is right. Java is one programming language. Yes. Ruby, right. Java, then Python. Let me write one by one. Java, Python. Then we have Ruby also, right? Correct. Ruby is also another programming language. Then, yeah, .NET, C#, .NET. Okay. Yeah, C++. Even we have C language, right? C is one programming language, if you know. Then C++ is another programming language. C++ is another programming language. Then we have Java is another programming language, Python, Ruby, C#. Okay. Yes, JavaScript is also a programming language. JavaScript is also a programming language. Many are there. Many are there, guys. These are only few. Okay. JavaScript is another one. HTML is not a programming language. It's not a programming language. Okay. It's not a programming language. Okay. It doesn't fall. We have other programming language like, Go, and many more are there, and many more. Okay. So if you keep digging, a lot of programming languages are there in the market. PHP. PHP is one programming language. Perl is another programming language. Okay. Many programming languages are there, and many more. And many more programming languages are there in the market. Yeah, many things are there. Yeah, fine. Those are fine. This much is enough for now. There are many programming languages for many purposes in the market. That's correct. So out of all these programming languages, Java is one of programming language. Okay. So for the Selenium automation learning, we are going to learn Java. We can also learn Python, Ruby, C#, JavaScript, and do Selenium automation in those programming languages. But for this training series, we are going to use Java as a programming language, guys. Okay. We are going to use Java as a programming language for this purpose. Fine. Great. We are going to use Java as a programming language. Fine. Then what else? Okay. So I'll explain something about, I'll explain something. Fine. All these are programming language. That's fine. So I'll explain something about, programming language. I gave you one example, right? Here is your client machine. That is your laptop, let's say. Here is your server machine. Here is your database, right? Earlier I covered this, if you remember. And in your laptop, you open one browser, let's say Chrome browser, and you opened one application, tutorialsninja.com. You went to the login page, let's say. On the login page, you entered the username and you entered the password. And finally, you clicked on the login button. After entering these fields and when you click on the login button, a request will be sent to the server, right? A request will be sent to the server with these credentials, username and password credentials. And server will run some code here. Whatever the application that you are accessing here from the UI of the browser and all in your laptop, that application code is hosted in this particular server machine. This is a server machine. Somewhere remote place, the server machine is hosting the code that is you have developed for this application, right? So when you request, when you click on the login button, a request with this username password went to there, and the code which is related to this login functionality will be run. This is the programming code. Okay, the programming code that is written here by developers for developing this particular application will run. That is respect to the login functionality will run. Server will run this code. When this runs a code, this programming code will actually run a query, SQL query on the tables in this database. Okay, on the tables in this database, and it will find out. It will run a query like select username is called username and password is called password from users table, like that it will say. So the query SQL query will run in the database and on the particular users table, etc. And if there is a record coming up, that means there is a user existing. The response will be SQL query response will go to the programming code that is being run by server. And once it gets a response here, the programming code will give a signal and then a response will be sent back to the client machine. a response will be sent to the client machine, and user will be able to log in if the credentials are available in the database of this application. But here I'm saying some programming code is written, right? Using which programming language the developers will build the applications and write the code in the server machine. Using which programming languages they will do that? Tell me, guys. Here, which programming language will be used? Yes, Java maybe. It may be Java. Apart from Java, they can use Java for building this programming code. Apart from Java, C#, Python, Ruby, right? Many things. All these programming languages can be used. Any language, this kind of program, they can use C, C++, Java, Python, Ruby, C#, JavaScript, Go, PHP, Perl, and many more programming language they can use. Okay, for building this kind of applications they use. But for building the user interface of the web pages and all this stuff, here they will use what? They will use HTML. Okay, the look and feel. Then they will use CSS. They may use JavaScript, right, etc., etc. But here they will use Java, they will use PHP, they'll use Perl, they'll use Python, they'll use Ruby, okay, like that and so on. For the clarity, guys, for developing the applications, these programming languages are being used. As a developer, if you think as a developer, developers are going to use Java for developing this kind of applications. These applications, whatever Facebook.com or whatever the applications they're accessing, they are developed in one programming language, and the code for developing that application are put in the server machines. Right? That knowledge you have to know. So now you understood what is a Java. Java is a programming language used for developing the what? Using Java, what we can develop? Using Java, developers will develop what? Tell me, guys. Applications. The real applications are developed using Java or any other programming languages like PHP, Perl, and all. Okay. So similarly, Java is one programming language. Okay. So for developing the applications, developers will use that for developing the applications. Then what is the role of Java in Selenium? What is the role of Java in Selenium? In Selenium, what is the role of Java? Java plays a major role and Selenium is nothing without Java. I'll explain. What I'm trying to teach you is I'll explain you. Let's say there is a swimming pool. Assume that this is a swimming pool. Okay. So this swimming pool, let's call it as Selenium automation. Selenium. Okay. So if there is no water in this swimming pool, can anyone swim? Even though there is a swimming pool, but there is no water filled up in this pool. Tell me, guys, can anyone can swim in this swimming pool if water is not there? Type your answers in the chat. No, no one can swim, right? Yes, in this example, swimming pool is Selenium, but inside that water is not there. Water is nothing but what? I'm comparing water with what? Tell me, guys, you have to answer this. Java, right? This water is Java. Okay. So only Selenium doesn't make sense. Without Java, if you are learning Selenium, it will be something like, without water, can you swim? No. Selenium is like a pool, but in that pool, if water is there, then only we can swim. So we have to use both Selenium and Java together for Selenium automation learning. Okay, Selenium plus Java you have to learn. Java is like water, Selenium is like pool where you can fill the water. Both are required to learn or automate the applications. So now we understood what is the role of Java in Selenium. Java plays a major role and Selenium is nothing without Java. To prove that this point, I have explained the diagrammatic format like this, okay, with that example. Fine. Now the important point. What amount of Java is enough for Selenium? So in this case where I was talking about developers developing this particular application code, right? What amount of Java developers will require generally for developing this kind of applications using the Java code and all? Only core Java is enough or core Java plus advanced Java is required for Java developers? Both. Java developers for developing the real-time applications, they need both core Java plus advanced Java for building the applications. They need both core and advanced. But coming to the Selenium automation, do we need to learn both core Java and advanced Java like developers are doing so? The answer is no. Okay, Java at a high level can be divided into two things, that is core Java and advanced Java, where developers actually require both to develop the or build the applications. But coming to the Selenium automation, just core Java is enough. Okay, for automation, only core Java is enough, guys. You don't need advanced Java. Just take this. Okay, everyone type in the chat. Core Java is enough. CJIE also is fine. Okay. See, okay, core Java is enough, like that. You core Java only, whatever you feel. Okay, just type that. For Selenium, only core Java is enough. CJIE is also fine. Good, good. Yes, remember that. If someone asks you how much of Java is required for learning Selenium, simply say only core Java is enough. Okay, only core Java is enough. CJIE. Okay, so far good, right? What is Java? What is the role of Java in Selenium? What is the amount of Java that is required for Selenium is clear. Now, Java installation and configuration. The next topic is Java installation and configuration. I'm going to practically show you how to install Java in your machine, which version of Java you have to install in your machine and all those stuff now. Okay. So for today, we'll see the installation part, guys. Okay. The real Java learning part or writing some programs and all, we'll see tomorrow. Okay. So today I'll go with just installations. Installations will take some time. Fine. In my machine already Java is there. In my machine already core Java is Java is installed. I'll uninstall it first. I'll simply go to control panel and uninstall it first. This one is an extra step for me, but not for you. If you don't have any Java installed in your machine, no need to worry much. Okay. So I'll just go with the Java here and uninstall Java. Yes, I'm just uninstalling Java. Click on yes. Okay, Java I have uninstalled. Done. Then I'll go to my one more place, environment variables. I'm not going to use IntelliJ. Okay, I know how to use, but I'll be teaching you only Eclipse ID only will use. Okay, for this training sessions, I'll use Eclipse ID. Okay, we'll be using Eclipse ID only. Is that fine, Shivakumar? We are going to use Eclipse ID, not IntelliJ. Okay. Environment variables. And here, this Java home thing, I'll configure again.
IntelliJ is the latest most of the companies using, right?
Not like that. Not most of the people are using Eclipse ID only. IntelliJ is more sophisticated. You see, when you compare Windows machine with Mac machine, more people are using Windows or Mac. No. Just answer my question so that you will understand. So if you talk about Windows and Mac, which more people are using what?
Windows.
Windows. But is Windows as sophisticated as Mac? No.
No.
Mac is more sophisticated. Mac will make your job more easy and it's very smooth and all, right? But people are still using Windows. Similarly, in terms of IDs also, Eclipse can be compared with Windows and this IntelliJ can be compared with Mac. Okay. So later part, whenever you feel that, in your projects or something, IntelliJ is being used, you can go with that also. But generally for trainings, everyone will take Windows because most of the people use Eclipse ID as an editor. Okay. Later, you guys can easily go with Eclipse ID. Okay. Sorry, IntelliJ also. There's not much difference, but some sophistications are there just for that reason. people will go with IntelliJ, but we have to get started with Eclipse ID. That's a good way. And is that fine?
Sir, hello.
Yeah, please.
Once you adding this Eclipse, later if you are like going with IntelliJ, what you told, so again we have to do some changes here in environment variable.
No need to do anything. No need to do any changes.
We need to install IntelliJ. That's enough.
Yeah,
Right?
and you can directly use IntelliJ. No need to do anything.
Okay.
Anyhow, we have to install Java. That is mandatory, right? And after installing Java, you have to configure the Java. Once that is done, you can install Eclipse ID or IntelliJ. Doesn't matter. Okay. The same configuration, same installation for both. IntelliJ easy to use means both are easy only. Eclipse ID is easy, IntelliJ is easy. But IntelliJ has some advanced features because of which you may get confused if you directly start using it. Okay. IntelliJ is more sophisticated. If something comes with more options, for example, you have purchased a car with very basic features, you can easily drive it. But your car is coming with some, different advanced options like, uh, auto mode kind of options are coming. Then you may get confused, right? Right. So that's what is the difference. So if you drive a car and suddenly if you are given some other things, so you may get confused, right? IntelliJ is some kind of stuff. Okay. So it's easy only, but ultimately it's not the first thing that you have to start using. Okay. Everyone need to get started with Eclipse ID, then they can move on to IntelliJ. Okay. That will be the better process. But it's not a big deal, guys. Okay. You don't have to think much. Okay. Okay. In my machine, I have uninstalled Java and uninstalled Java and I have also removed the configuration. So without the Java and installation and configuration, if I click on Eclipse ID, what is coming? Here already Eclipse ID is already installed in my machine earlier, but when I do so, what's coming? What is the message that is coming here, guys? Is it possible for me to use Eclipse ID without installing Java and configuring Java? Is it possible? Type your answer, guys. No, it's not possible. Without Java, you cannot run Eclipse ID software. Okay, this is very important. Java is required for Eclipse ID. Earlier, when Java was there in my machine, I was able to open and show you write the code in Eclipse ID and show you everything. But now this Eclipse ID is not working for me. Why? Because it's simply saying a Java runtime environment JRE or JDK, that is JDK version of Java or JRE version of the Java, must be available in order to run Eclipse ID. No Java virtual machine was found after searching the following locations. It is saying that means, does it require Java or not? Eclipse ID requires Java or not? Eclipse ID is a place where we are going to write the Selenium Java code and all those stuff. This is the editor we are going to use. But in order to use this editor, Java software is required to be installed or not? Yes, it is required. We have to install Java, configure Java, and then we have to install Eclipse ID and run the Eclipse ID on top of Java and use Eclipse ID for writing our Selenium Java, etc. code or Java code. Okay, that one you have to remember, guys. Okay, so fine. Let's install Java. Okay, let's install Java, guys. How to install Java? Simple. Before installing Java, which version of Java we have to install? Okay, the question is, which version of Java we have to install? There are many versions of Java available, right, in the market. Which version of Java you have to install? Which version of Java need to be installed? Is the question. Which version of Java need to be installed? So I'll take you to one website, that is Wikipedia itself, Java versions. If I search like that, I'll get this Wikipedia page having this Java version history. Click on that link. In this Java version history page of Wikipedia, if you scroll down a bit, here somewhere you will see a table containing all the releases of Java version. In 1996, 23rd January 1996, okay? JDK 1.0 version got released into the market. Then 1997, JDK 1.1, 1998, like that so on. 5.0 got released in 2004 here. Then Java 6 version got released in 2006. Java 7 version 2011. You don't have to remember all this stuff. I'm just reading for you. And Java SC LTS version. The first LTS version, when it is released? Java SC 8 LTS, first LTS version is released in 2014. What is the LTS? I'll tell you later. Then 9 got released in 2017, 10 got released in 2018, 11 got released in 2018, 12 2019, and so on. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 LTS version in 2021. Here 18, 19, 20, 22, 22, 23, and 21 LTS in September 2023. And 2024 is not there yet. We are still in 2023. Okay. Maybe some JRE version may be installed. Just see. I have doubt here in version of Java. Somewhere it was showing 1.8, somewhere JDK 8 and 11. Okay. Okay, fine. So, yeah. So your doubt first, Pawan, your doubt. I have doubt here in version of Java. Somewhere it was showing 1.8 and somewhere JDK 8 and 11. Can you please clarify? Yes. This is nothing but 1.8 only. Okay. Some people still call 8 as 1.8. Okay. That's okay. Java 8 and Java 1.8 both are same. Is that fine? Is that fine, Pawan? Pawan, is that clear? Okay. Okay. Java 8 or Java 1.8 both are same. Okay. Nagaveni is saying, I am able to open Eclipse and I entered Java -version in command prompt. It is showing error, could not find or load main class. Okay. 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 Just whenever you are getting errors, right, you can type in the chat GPT or something. Okay. So let's see what it will say. Java -version. Okay. Just see, you are getting some answers here. Here are a few steps you can take to troubleshoot and resolve. Check your class path, verify your class name, compile your code. Okay. Mm, 1 minute. You are able to open Eclipse ID, you are saying, huh?
Yes, sir. I'm able to open Eclipse ID. As you said, if
Maybe,
Java is
maybe
not there,
what you can do is
Eclipse will.
yeah, what you can do is go to the folder that what I'm
Okay.
showing. Go to the folder, this PC,
Mm.
and go to this C drive or whatever it is. In that, if it is 64-bit, maybe there program files you have to go. 32-bit means this one. Go to any
Okay.
go to 1 by 1 folder. First, I'll go with
Okay.
64 and see if there is any Java folder available in this. Okay, just check
Okay.
that. If not, go to the program files x86 and check if there is any Java folder available. If it is there, try to delete that.
Okay.
Delete that. Okay. And go to the control panel and try to delete if any Java version is available. Okay.
Okay.
Then try that again. Fine.
Okay. Okay.
Then if you don't get anything, that's good. It will be clean.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yamini, you already have some Java version installed. Fine, no problem. I don't know any reasons behind that because from the beginning, right, they were calling it as 1.0, 1.4, something like that. I don't know why they are calling 1.8. Somewhere here and there they are calling 1.8, but I even don't know, Pawan. Okay, why people call Java 8 as Java 1.8 is your question, right? Let's see. The use of Java to refer is a historical convention. Do you see? Historically, it's coming, it seems. Okay. Maybe historically you can see up to 1.4 it came, then they changed it to 5.0. They did a small modification. Earlier they used to say 1.0, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. This 1.4 they changed it to 5.0. Instead of 1.5, they changed 5. Instead of 1.6, they changed 6. 1.7, they changed 7. 1.8, they changed 8. Something like that. Historically, it is coming. Okay, that's the reason. A path need to change. Okay. And also, yeah, maybe that also may be the reason. Okay, so let her delete, the folders and also go to the environment variables. Also go to the environment variables. If already Java is there in your machine, if you want to completely uninstall it, go and check any folders are existing in your C drive in program files for Java, delete them also and go to the environment variables and the system variables. See any Java path is available here. Okay, delete that also so that your system will be completely clear. Yeah, I'll tell you all those stuff. Okay, how to check which version I have and all. I'll tell you all those stuff. Okay, which version and all I'll tell you. Okay, don't worry. All these things I'll cover. Okay, all these things, versions and all I'll cover. Don't worry. For now, we are in a topic where we need to figure out which version of Java we need to install for working with Selenium Java automation and all in the coming days. Which version of Java we need to choose is a question. For that, focus on this table, guys. Different versions of Java exist. Okay, in that all the versions, if you see, at least from the latest versions, 18, 19, 20, just observe when the Java SE 18 version got released. Guys, tell me, in which month of year 2022? In which month? March. Just in 6 months, you got September 2022, next version. Just in 6 months, again, you got 2023, March. After 6 months, you got 20. Again, in 6 months, you got September 2023, 21. For every 6 months, recently in every 6 months, Java version is changing. Right? Right or wrong, guys? Did you observe here? 18, 19, 20, 21. Every 6 months, it is changing or not? Able to understand, guys? Java version is coming every 6 months. Right? Every 6 months. Type 6 in the chat box. Type 6 in the chat box if you are clear. Yes, sir. 6. Right. Okay. So I think the time is up, guys. Okay. So I'll just conclude this and we'll leave. Tomorrow I'll show you how to install and all those stuff. Okay. But today I'll close with how to choose the version and I'll close. Okay. Tomorrow we'll continue with installation of Java and all those stuff. Okay. So fine. So, and if you observe here, there are some LTS words written, right? Not all the versions have LTS mentioned in the bracket. Only few versions have LTS mentioned in the bracket. LTS stands for long-term support. Every software needs support. For example, Windows 8 needs support. Windows 11 needs support. If Microsoft people will say that we are no more going to support IE browser, it will be deprecated. Long-term support, LTS. Type LTS in the chat box. Long-term support. LTS means long-term support. What do I mean by long-term support? Means after this version get released into the market, the Java Oracle company which is behind Java development will support it till which year? Can you see here? For example, if you take Java SE 21, which is LTS version, till what time they are giving support for the people who are using Java SE 21 version? Year 2031. How many years are left out? 7 plus 1, 8 years. More 8 years support is there. Can we go with this one? It's not 6 months. It's 8 years. But if you go with Java SE 19, do you see anything here? Only 6 months. Just 2022, September to March 2023, they will give support. After that, no support. We have to upgrade our version to 20. If you go with 20, in March it got released. They are not giving support after 6 months. Till September we can use. After 6 months, we have to upgrade our version to 21. But if you go with 21 version, Is there any requirement to upgrade? No, we can use it till 2031. That's the beauty of the LTS versions. So whenever I ask people to install Java, I first recommend them to go with the latest LTS version of Java. So here, what is the answer? Which version of Java we need to install? Latest LTS version of Java we need to install. Got it, guys? So type in the chat box your answer. Which version of Java we need to install? Latest LTS version. Latest LTS, you type a latest LTS in the chat box for the answer. Type latest LTS version or latest LTS, whatever you feel. I want everyone to participate. Which version of Java need to be installed? Latest LTS need to be installed. Okay, good. So in this table, if you see what is the latest LTS version we have, type the latest LTS we have. Version 21, right? Which is the latest LTS version you see in this table? Which is available for us to install? September 2023 means already done. So Java, yes, Java SE 21. Tomorrow I'm going to show you how to install this latest LTS version of Java. That is, I'm not going to install 22. I'm going to install 21 LTS version. Tomorrow I'm going to show you how to download and install Java 21 version in our machines. Okay, to go ahead. Any doubts, guys? That's all for today. I covered till here. Okay. So I didn't show you how to install Java, but I covered which version of Java we are going to install tomorrow. So don't worry about all the stuff. I'll cover that tomorrow. SC and all those stuff I'll cover tomorrow. Okay.
Arun?
Standard edition or something, it will be there. Okay. The meaning. Standard edition. Okay. So yeah. Questions, please.
Arun, I have 19 version. Is it okay or I have to uninstall that?
I didn't get that. Come again.
I have
Yeah.
a version 19. Is it okay to keep it and work or uninstall and install 21?
If it is your personal machine, I recommend you to uninstall because it's better every time we go with the latest versions.
Okay. Okay.
So you may not feel any differences in our trainings and all. It's better you go. Okay. Still you can use it, but I recommend you to upgrade. Better. Okay.
Okay. Uninstall and install it again.
Better. Yeah. The way I showed you how to install today, right? Control panel, uninstall. Go to the environment variables and uninstall. Yeah, everything is okay. Java 17 is okay. Java 19 is okay. Everything is okay, but I recommend to go with 21. Okay, for our sessions. Okay.
Sir, one doubt is there, sir.
Yes.
Sir, this Java is there, right? You are saying uninstall and do it. So the people who have old one, right? They can't do update and automatically it will be updating to Java 21.
No,
They can't do like that.
that is not there. That is not there. You cannot directly
Okay.
update like a Windows machine and all.
Okay, sir. Okay. Sir, this you told that, right? One example even given, right, for Selenium, that if it is a like it is like a water. Java is like a water. We need to like in order to swim, right? So sir,
Right,
one
correct.
thing is that one in that, right? Say if I have some knowledge on Java, but sir, if I see the codes on lead code and all those things, right? Even the very simple one, I am able to solve only few things on that. So sir, so what is that, sir, to be a good programmer? I need to improve on this coding purpose, sir. Like should I work on data structure more, or like simple like this logical questions more? Like, is there any pattern to do or something like that, sir?
Yeah. You say morely they will check the logic, right? That
Yes, sir.
So going to the levels, right? They definitely data structures and algorithms is something you have to conquer first before going to attempt such kind of things.
So sir, like how to where to like what to do, sir? I don't know, sir. Like, because I am directly now these days selecting some random questions of Java from the lead code, and like and that too very simple one. I am selecting in simple one a few of the things I am doing, sir. So like that too sometimes I feel very difficult. So I don't know, like is this the right way I'm doing, right? Or like to improve my coding in Java, what I have to do, sir? Is that a right way I'm doing?
Okay. So when you are at the basic level, you will feel basic only. Once you have the good knowledge of Java, if you have learned Java in a better way and organized way, right, then you will be able to go to the next level. And from their level, it's upon you, like to what level you want to crack. Okay, so slowly try to increase, the kind of programs you can solve. Do some lot of exercises. There may be a lot of resources online, right? Just go and pick some different programs and try to write the code, keep writing the code for them. And then slowly the confidence will build, and at some point you will go with data structures and algorithms, even try to solve that questions, and then attempt this kind of things, and slowly it will increase your ranks and all.
So you are saying that I need to keep on coding, like to improve, right?
Yeah, that's
to
it. That's it.
different
There's no other way. There is no bullet point there. Okay, no shortcut. Everyone has to go through the same path. We have to keep trying.
keep trying different codes, different logic.
Yes,
Then
yes,
only I
yes.
can.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't get demotivated if you are not able to solve something. Don't get demotivated. This is not for me. You don't think like that. Okay. Rather come back and try to solve other things, and keep coding something. Keep coding something. Okay. And then go to the next level slowly.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. So that way you can do it. No problem. Whatever that is feasible for you, you practice it first. Okay. Then go for whatever you're unable to do it. Okay. That's a better way.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, Java 17 also is okay, Payal. Okay. Java 17 is also fine. Okay. So, and
Arun,
yes.
another thing is ChatGPT, this 3.5, we need to download and keep it ready, like for our doubts. I mean, just I'm asking.
No, this is no need to download, right? It's available in the browser itself.
Okay. Chat.
It's a web application. ChatGPT, if you type in the chat, right, initially it will ask you to sign up. Okay. Like it will initially ask you to sign up, and once you log in with your account, right, whatever the email account or Google account you sign in, right, then it will directly take you to this chat, and you can keep typing it, asking the questions. Okay.
Oh.
Instead of Googling, I'm doing this. Okay. So that we'll get a simple, precise answer. You see, in Java, SC stands for standardization, as I told you. Core functionality, because there are different type of editions available, like standard edition, enterprise edition. Okay. Even if you go with Windows, Microsoft Windows operating system, also different type of editions are there. They'll try to sell the product in different editions. So standard edition is something which contains the core functionality. If you want some advanced purpose, some for advanced purpose, some editors you need, or some operating systems you need, then you may go with enterprise editions. Like the different levels of editions are there. When people say SC means, that is mean by standard edition, which is coming with core functionalities of the programming language. Okay. So, and a few more questions I got here. For now, you will not be able to answer if like Pavan, you're asking me a question. How can we answer if an interviewer asks the latest version of Java? What is the version of Java you are using? Do I have to say whether it is JDK 20 or simply 21 or JDK SC 21? Okay. So you don't have to mention JDK or something there. Okay. Or SC or something you don't have to mention. Simply mention the Java 21 version you can mention. LTS version, Java LTS 21 is better answer in my case. Is that fine? Pawan, is that fine? Java LTS 21 version, if you mention, that will be good. So why JDK don't have to mention? That will be too much to mention. Okay. Java, JDK, C21, that will be too much. Okay. If they specifically ask you whether you use JRE or JDK, then you can say JDK, but you should not directly say that JDK. You have to say Java LTS version 21 I use. Okay. Java latest LTS version 21 I use. You can mention that. Okay. That is a good one. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Guys, do you guys have any other questions? No. Okay. If you don't have any questions, you can leave for today, guys. And we'll continue the sessions from tomorrow again. Okay. Okay. There are some more questions coming up. If possible, AB, if possible, even though you have 1970, what is the version you have? Java 19 version, right? If possible, better to upgrade to the 21 version, okay, if possible. But there's no problem with 19 version also. Java, what is the difference between JDK and JRE? I'll explain tomorrow. Okay, when I'm downloading the Java version, I'll explain you tomorrow. Okay, Pawan, I'll explain this tomorrow. JRE, JDK difference. Okay, great. Okay, guys, fine. Yeah, fine then. So that's all for today, guys. Any other questions we can see tomorrow? Okay, you guys can ask me tomorrow. Bye, everyone. See you.